Ringo TV Reactions. Top of the morning, back at you again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Let's get down to business. So, we're dealing with the situation of OG Shabazz. Yeah, that's right. Pretty much disrespected, Migos rapper Takeoff and Offset. That's right. He disrespected them cats. And a lot of you may have missed the points that we were talking about in our breakdown of the OG Shabazz versus Hassan Campbell situation. Shabazz pretty much took the gloves off, took shots at anybody. Now, you know Hassan went in on that situation, and it is what it is. But Shabazz, he took the gloves off and pretty much came out and was speaking heavy. And for whatever reason, because of that situation, a lot of people missed the point that he really disrespected the late rapper Takeoff. And we got to talk about it, because if Shabazz can come out and try to hold everybody accountable for disrespect, then it's only right that I come out and hold him accountable for disrespect. Now, let's lay down the foundation of what we're talking about. Salute to everybody coming in. You know what I'm saying? Top of the morning. Grab your coffee, your tea, your toast bread, whatever it is you got. If you watch my stream where we broke down the situation between Hassan Campbell and OG Shabazz, I brought out some key points. Hassan brought them out too. On the $1 Million Worth of Game broadcast, Gillie, Wallow brought on the Prince family. And pretty much they had J. Prince Sr., you had the sons, and I believe Mike is Prince's brother, if I'm correct. You could correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody had to correct me in one of my streams. I thought he was one of the sons, but turns out that's actually J. Prince Sr.'s brother. Nonetheless, none of that is really that important. They're the Prince family, right? So in that particular episode, in that interview, Prince Sr. disrespected Takeoff's family by going after Offset. Now, Offset was going through the process of mourning the loss of Takeoff, which is similar to what Gillie is going through right now with his son, Cheese. So, under those circumstances, Gillie and Wallow was fully aware that rapper Takeoff lost his life. They were fully aware of that. So they understand that, Quavo going to be mourning, even though, Quavo's a suspect in my opinion. You might rock with him. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no way you could tell me you out there, you brought your nephew out there, he leaving a body bag, but you good, right? And you don't know nothing. You haven't spoken on the situation yet. You a suspect, fam. So I got my concerns regarding Quavo. My personal belief is that he lined up Takeoff or had some sort of involvement that was out of his control, meaning he technically probably didn't want it to go down. At the same time, he went through the door. You know what I mean? And it was out of his control. He couldn't really do nothing. He just had to go with the flow. Because I don't understand how the gunman can come back to the bowling alley, walk past you with the burner, but he don't take you out. Obviously, you were not the intended target. Right? And yet, 2 other people got shot and nobody's talking about them. Now, we know about the young lady that allegedly got shot or grazed with a bullet, but that was the end of it. Nobody talked about them no more. And nobody don't even know about the 3rd person who got shot. That person has never even went public about it. So what's going on here? Because the situation with Gillie's son is the same thing with rapper Takeoff. 1 person dead, 2 people shot. Okay, so the 2 people that went to the hospital after getting shot, after cheese got deleted or blood sacrificed, what's going on with them? See, nobody's talking about it. See, that's the diversion right there. You're focused on cheese rather than focusing on the 2 people that are living. Nobody's talking about them. No condolences, no hope they get well, no nothing. I don't hear nothing about Gillie and Wallow visiting them in the hospital. I don't hear nothing. Now again, when you come to Ringo TV Reactions, we official. We break down these videos fair and balanced. We break down different news and we call things out straight. So I'm trying to figure out how OG Shabazz have time to come on social media to call out anyone who had an opinion about the situation with Gillie's son getting deleted. But he didn't have no time to call out Gillie and Wallow for having on the Prince family while they disrespected the mourning and the loss that the Migos took. So in that regard, OG Shabazz disrespected the late, great Takeoff, and he disrespected Offset, because he's basically saying they don't matter. He's basically saying Offset's feelings don't matter. See, when Offset made that video flipping out, that's because he was already frustrated. He already had enough. You know, people talking about him online. He already lost, one of the Migos. So he's going through it. Plus, he's in the industry. He walked through that door. So there's certain things he can't even say or do because he's under contracts. You have to understand, fam, when you in that world, you ain't a regular civilian that could just speak your mind online. You can't do that. Trust me, somebody had to come to Offset on the side and was like, fam, don't ever do that again. Because when you're in that industry, you're a puppet. You're under their control. Tekashi 6ix9ine pretty much brought that out. We're going to have to review that video clip. Hassan played that on his platform. We got to find that one. So when we look at this situation, fam, I'm trying to figure out why OG Shabazz had all that time to make this particular post that we're going to review. But he didn't have no pushback for Gillie and Wallow after they allowed Jay Prince to make death threats, literally, to rapper Offset. Because we did a review on the tapes. We covered the story. And he clearly made threats, real life threats. But I didn't see Gillie check Jay Prince. I didn't see Wallow say, yo, fam, you can't be doing that on our broadcast, yo. I don't care who you are. You can't threaten the man because he's mourning the loss of Takeoff. You should be a little more sensitive to the kind of words you using, But nobody did that. Nobody cared. They just allowed Jay Prince to do what he had to do. See, when Gillie and Wallow allowed them on their platform, it was already a disrespect. Just having the Prince family on your platform, knowing that rapper Takeoff died under the watchful eye of the Prince family, was disrespect. You should have told them, nah, fam, y'all can't come on our broadcast. Y'all got to clean up that mess y'all made, fam. Y'all got to come clean with what went down, make right with Takeoff's family, with the Migos, Have you had a sit down with Quavo yet? Have you have a sit down with Offset yet? Like, did y'all break bread? What happened in that situation? Did y'all do that yet? Because I can recall on that broadcast, Gillie was looking rather weak and timid and scared. He was choosing his words very careful while in the presence of J. Prince Sr. We all saw it. You know, he was very respectful of J. Prince Sr., made sure that he uses words wisely, not to offend. He made sure and uttered his words at a certain tone. He didn't raise his voice. He wasn't the same Gillie that you normally see when he do his podcast. His voice was different. It was in a different octave. You know what I mean? It went in a higher octave, a higher pitch. It wasn't the normal Gillie. And it's for a reason, because they're scared of the Prince family. See, we just call it what it is. Because nobody checked the Prince family at the door. Because Offset was mourning the loss of rapper Takeoff. Imagine your family, whether they family or not, because, you know, word on the street is that that's not even their cousin. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know, if you grew up with them in the sandbox, then y'all family. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But Offset was going through it mentally. You know? Imagine, Takeoff is dead. You already separated from the group. Your partner gone. And here the Prince family is talking all this mess, and they ain't even getting down to the nitty-gritty on what happened on their watch, fam. They were supposed to be good. But Takeoff left in a body bag. Everybody got home safe to eat a steak dinner. He underground with the worms. Up to now, what is the Prince family doing, fam? Nothing. So OG Shabazz is out of pocket. You can't come online calling anybody out for talking about the situation with Gillie, about they taking shots. Well, what about when J. Prince took shots? What about when J. Prince took shots right on the platform? Totally disrespected not only Offset, but the whole Takeoff family. They mourning. They just lost their loved one. Gillie didn't say nothing. Gillie didn't say, yo, fam, chill. Whoa, hold on a second, boss. Listen, man. Yo, chill. You can't disrespect the young brother like that, man. He dead, fam. They mourning. A mother lost a son. J. Prince didn't care. It wasn't appropriate to do that, but he did it anyway. Did Gillie stop it? No. So why y'all mad at Hassan? Why y'all mad? I don't understand. Why you mad at me for my opinions? Because I had strong opinions too. Why you mad at me? Because again, Shabazz's post was not only directed at Hassan, it was directed at me too. So I gotta respond. I gotta respond because he's talking heavy, so I gotta talk heavy too. We gotta balance out the playing field here, partner. You didn't call out Gillie and Wallow for having on the Prince family, disrespecting a man that just died, and then threaten another brother. So hold up. So Prince Sr. gonna threaten Offset with death. So we're gonna have two bodies now. Where was OG Shabazz to G-check J. Prince Sr.? Come on. Come on. Why OG Shabazz, man, didn't go online and basically call out the Prince family and say, nah, fam, y'all can't disrespect Takeoff and Offset like that. Nah, man. Listen, the brother just lost his life. The brother just lost his life, fam. Y'all can't disrespect him like that. You threatening Offset? So hold up. We're gonna have two Migos gone now? That's disrespectful. And it goes back to show that the Prince family was involved in the death of Takeoff, y'all. I covered the whole case. I made some of the best videos, fam. Some of the best videos regarding the case of Takeoff. We covered the case. The Prince family hands is dirty. We already called it out. Gillie knows that. But did Gillie say anything? Nah, because he's scared. Wallow's scared. All of them scared, fam. That's why they had them on. Because they most likely went to them and was like, yo, fam, we need to be on y'all show. We need to be on your show, fam. You need to let us come on that show so that we can talk and share our piece. You understand? And they let them come on. They let them come on. And rather than them ask the real questions, they allowed these men to hide, to disrespect. And they always talking about respect, but they were disrespecting rapper Takeoff and Offset the whole time. Let's take a look at this post. And shout out to Isa for the $4.99 on the super chat. Again, top of the morning, everyone. We are talking about situation with OG, Shabazz, disrespect, Migos, Takeoff, and Offset. You know, concerning the situation with Hassan Campbell and what he had to say regarding Gillie's son, Cheese, right? We got a lot of content to cover today, fam. A lot of stuff that we got to cover today. But let's check out this post. Shabazz says, let's just keep it a bean. Y'all dudes. And now he said y'all. So now he's talking about more than one. So he's not talking about just Hassan. He's talking about me too. Right? Y'all is more than one. That's not one person. Right? So he says, y'all dudes talking about this man's money. Well, I never talked about his money in terms of hate. But he did make a deal with Satan. That's a fact. Y'all dudes talking about this man's money and why his son, where he was, don't like how heavy this man talks and how confident and cocky he is, but have not been able to attack him in no other way. Because you know he'll tell you what to eat and to go get your money up and stop worrying about him. So since that lane is closed, y'all choosing to use his son's death as a way to take shots at him and talking like you're really saying something hip. Ain't no real dude going to take a moment like this to fire at another man unless it's hate or personal. And most real ones would let this moment ride even if it's personal, because they understand that misfortune doesn't discriminate. Shaking my head. Interesting words, Shabazz. Interesting words that you have here. But there's a problem. There's a problem with these words. Because you said y'all choosing to use his son's death as a way to take shots at him, but didn't J. Prince Sr. take shots at Offset over the death of Takeoff? J. Prince Sr. used the opportunity to take shots, personal shots. He didn't care about the fact that he's mourning and loss. He didn't care about the fact that it was a freshly new story, which means Takeoff's mom and his family, everybody was mourning the loss. But yet Jay Prince still took personal shots, basically threatened. He threatened Offset. It was very evident and clear. So I'm trying to figure out why you are not giving any pushback to the Prince family. Why you don't come up on Instagram, make a video, make it today, and give pushback to Jay Prince. Do that today. Come online like a man and give pushback to Jay Prince. Check Jay Prince. Tell Jay Prince these words. Do that. Call him out by name and say, Prince, you out of pocket. Do the same thing you're doing here, because you seem to be defending Gillie, which is rather suspect, because it's like you defending him, but yet they allowed the Prince family to disrespect rapper Offset's death. Nobody wasn't concerned with being sensitive to the issue. How come Wallow and Gillie didn't think about Takeoff's mom and the fact that they have on the Prince family? How come they weren't sensitive to say, you know what, I don't think this is a good look. I don't think we should have the Prince family on because this is kind of disrespecting Takeoff's mom, because she probably have her doubts and her concerns about the Prince family. So for us to have them on, it almost come in like we already side with them and agree with them, you know? So Gillie didn't care. So why do you care? Why do you care that other brothers are talking about the situation with Gillie's son? I mean, how does a man at that age, already he's gone, and his father's in position to give him $1 million worth of game? Don't you think it's rather hypocritical to call out other brothers by saying y'all dudes about this man's money and why his son, where he was, but you ain't calling out the Prince family? Wasn't it disrespectful what Jay Prince did to Offset? You gonna tell me that wasn't disrespectful? That was disrespectful. That was worse. Hassan didn't make no threats at nobody. He was just talking his talk, doing what he normally do. Speak heavy, get right to the point, ruffle up some feathers. Isn't that what the OGs are supposed to do? Iron sharpen iron. We men, right? So as men, we should be able to listen to what other brothers say respectfully and pretty much make the necessary changes so that we can do better. I just don't see why you would take these personal shots at men because of their opinions, when Gillie and Wallow sat right beside Jay Prince and allowed them to disrespect the death of rapper Takeoff and disrespect the feelings, the emotions, and the time of mourning of Offset. That was disrespectful. They were out of pocket. Everybody saw it. But you don't got no words for that. So that right there destroys your credibility, sir. Nobody can take you serious. I can't take you serious because I'm weighing the evidence. The evidence is pretty clear. We're in the court of public opinion. I'm looking at your posts on the screen. I'm weighing the evidence. And based on what I'm seeing, I don't see no content from you giving Jay Prince any pushback or even checking Wallow and Gillie. Matter of fact, why you ain't doing that? Why you ain't checking Gillie and Wallow? Why don't you call out their BS? Why don't you call them out for allowing the Prince family to disrespect Offset in a time of mourning after his brother died? I mean, Gillie's son is dead, and you're making a big deal about others that are speaking out because you claim it's disrespect. It might look like disrespect to you. To other brothers, it's not disrespect, because men are going to be men in terms of speaking about different issues, especially when it involves young lives being extinguished and taken out at young ages. At a time, we get tired of this. We get tired of the death. We get tired of all the madness. It's just like how you see sisters walking around, shaking their ass all over the place, twerking. I'm tired of that nonsense. Stuff is not impressive. These women look terrible. They think it's cute. They think they looking hot, like guys are going to be chasing them around. Stuff is disgusting. So when you get more mature as a man, certain things in life you just get fed up with. So if brothers are out here talking heavy about a situation that is very dear and close, it's because we've seen too many bodies. We've seen too many men dying in these streets, not able to live their life long term. Why is it that as black men, we can't live to see our 80s? Why? You know, every time we go to a funeral, there's always a brother dying early. You know, the life expectancy of a black man is like his mid-20s. It's crazy now. And the OGs that should be given the game, instead, they condoling the madness. No OG should be speaking against another man when he's speaking on some real shit. Especially situations like this. You let that man rock out. No OG should have anything to say in a situation like this. I don't care if you know Gillie personally. No OG should be looking at another man calling out the bullshit and feel some type of way like he being disrespectful. No, he's not. He's calling out what he see. The problem is we don't got no real OGs anymore. It's like all the OGs been bought and paid for. Rather than them holding people accountable, holding them to the fire, instead, it's like everybody want to take their frustration out on the man that's standing up. Where was all of this smoke for the Prince family? Where was all this smoke to check Gillie and Wallow at the door for allowing that nonsense to go down on the platform? What if rapper Offset, most high forbid, got deleted? What if he lost his life around the time and when they had that interview? What if he would have lost his life? That would have been because of Gillie and Wallow. They didn't have to air that over the air. They edited that video. That video, or what I should have said is, that video could have been edited. When they post that video, it was posted as a premiere, which means it was pre-recorded it in their studio. So if Gillie and Wallow really respected rapper Takeoff and respected his family and Offset, they would have edited out the section where Jay Prince made the threat. They would have been like, fam, we're not going to have that go over the air, not over our platform. We're going to edit that piece out. Jay Prince probably said, nah, fam, let that rock. I want that young man to hear what I got to say. And that's what he did. Why? Because Gillie didn't give a fuck about the situation. He didn't care. So why should anybody else care about his situation? An eye for an eye. That's what the scripture says. Nobody cared about Takeoff. Young brother had his whole life ahead of him. 29 years old. Didn't even start a family. Lost his life. All the work he put in, all the money he made, gone. Somebody else eating off that. Why? Because he took a trip. He took a trip and went down to the lion's den. And they sacrificed him. He didn't even know he died. Takeoff was in the land of the living. Next minute, he was in the shadow realm. Shout out to Sean James. They put the brother in the shadow realm. He didn't even know he died. It was so fast. 1 minute he was alive. Next minute he gone. He woke up in another world. Like, damn. Yo, they got me? Everybody in that other world is telling him, fam, you died. Imagine that. Imagine that, bro. 1 minute, you at the party. You know what I mean? Next minute, you in another place and people telling you, yo, you been sacrificed, bro. What? And you can't come back. You gone, bro. Shot him in the back of his head, fam. His brains was on the floor. His brains was on the floor. And what did Junior do? What did Prince Junior do? He walked right past the body, bro. Disrespected him. Did he go and tend to him? No, he walked past like, fuck that nigga. That's pretty much what he did. You know what I mean? The only one that was there that I remember, I believe, was Mike Prince. But still, they know who shot him. They know who killed him. Why they didn't do nothing about it? What kind of sacrifice business is this? Who authorized that? Why up to now we ain't get to see the footage of the shooting? Up to now, the police didn't release no videos. Why? Because Jay Prince got so much power that he got control over a lot of different people. That footage should have been released to the public so we could know who did it. They didn't even do that. So, Mr. Shabazz, I'm trying to figure out why you got this kind of smoke when it comes to Brother Cheese that passed away, but I don't see you visiting the people that's in the hospital that got shot. I'm trying to figure this out. Sir, I really don't believe you care about anybody that got shot. I just think that you're doing some sort of damage control for Gillie. Cause, you know, the way you made this post, you sound like somebody that would go visit people in the hospital, you know, maybe support their family, bring some flowers. Did you go to the hospital to visit the other two people that were shot? I'm pretty sure you didn't. Did Gillie go visit them? Did Gillie go help the family? I don't think so. Why? Because nobody cares. And that's the problem. Nobody cares. What about the other two people that got shot? Did Gillie go talk to them and ask them who did it? Because it seems as if though everybody blaming the bloggers because of their talking points and what they got to say regarding the situation, but nobody's going after the killer. Take that same energy, fam. Go in them streets, put some money down, and tell the streets, look, we trying to get who the killer is. You know, put 10 bands, 20 bands, put that down, and let the streets do the rest. You know somebody gonna come forward. You put 20 bands on the streets, put 20 bands on the streets of Philly. Somebody gonna come up. I guarantee you, somebody gonna talk. You know what I mean? Somebody gonna talk. Somebody gonna be like, yo, fam, you know what I mean? You know, I don't know who did it, you know, personally. At the same time, you know what I mean? I saw a little something. It is what it is. They'll give you that info. People pockets is empty out there. See, Gillie got bread, but he don't care either. Because if he really about that life, he put that money on them streets. They'll get him the information that they need. In the hood, they do that all the time. You pay somebody $100. Yo, who was there? Somebody gonna take that $100. Why? They hungry. You know? Gillie could go down to Philly and find out who did that, and they could take care of business. But to be going after the bloggers, talking heavy, accusing us of watching dudes' money, nobody cares about Gillie's money, fam. Nobody cares about that mess, man. When you die, I don't know if you know this, but when you die, right, all the stuff you accumulated on the earth, it stays right here. You ain't going with it. You know? You ain't leaving with it. That's why gathering a bunch of materials and, stockpiling money as if though you're going to be taking it in the afterlife, you're not taking it with you, fam. This is why when people are multimillionaires, they need to be more concerned with helping others that are less fortunate. You know what I mean? You need to be focusing on that. That's the real blessing. When you got paper and you can help people that are less fortunate, you feel good about it, man. That's a good thing. But don't do it for clout. Don't do it with the camera on. If you're going to do good for the less fortunate, do it with the cameras off, or else you a hypocrite. I don't respect anybody that's just flashing money, right? And they got it on camera. Now, again, Tekashi 6ix9ine is the only one that I've seen giving out money. That's a cool thing. At the same time, the brother is out of pocket because he recorded himself doing it. You're not supposed to do that. Because when you do that, people going to be praising you. It's not about praising you. It's about praising God. Because God is the one that bless you to have the money to give. But you want the praise. That's why you record it. You want people to look at you and say, oh, you're a good man and you're doing good by the people. Now everybody love you because of what you do. But see, that's not what you should do. You should do it with the cameras off. That way it's between you and the person you gave. Because when you give and you don't have the camera on, that's between you and God. God's seen it. He's the only one that needs to record it. And the people around you, if they seen you do it, that's it. That's a impartation. They're witnessing. They're witnesses of the greatness of God. When they could see a Tekashi 6ix9ine give somebody 50 bands that's poor and they witnessed it, they're like, wow. Now, if those people recorded it and posted it online, that's a whole different ball game. But if Tekashi is recording himself with his crew, that's out of pocket. I can't respect that. It's cool what he's doing, but if you're recording it, I can't respect that. Because you don't need the glory. The glory belongs to God. The praise belongs to God, not us. We're nothing without him. So if Gillie got paper, it's not about none of us being jealous, fam. What you got to listen to is the message behind the words. Even if the words are harsh, my words be harsh. They cut deep. You know what I mean? Hassan's words was harsh, but was he lying? No, he was not lying. He was telling the truth. It is what it is. I mean, even the scriptures tell you that, fam. Even the scriptures talk about that. Like, have I become your enemy because I speak the truth? And it seems like anytime a brother speak the truth, folks make them out to be enemies. I ain't trying to be nobody's enemy. You know what I mean? It's very difficult for me to even work with anybody because I don't trust nobody, fam. That's just the way it is. I didn't make the rules, fam. It's just the way these streets is. You can't trust nobody. You got too many snakes, man. You got too many people, you know what I mean, that's just trying to use you, man. They'll salute you one time or a few times, and then when things don't go the way they want it, now there's a fallout. So I just roll solo, man. You know what I mean? I don't got time for all of that nonsense because I'm tired of that nonsense. It's just ridiculous, man. It's like brothers can't even work together for any cause, because if you work with this one, that one is upset that you work with that one, and then you got everybody pocket watching, jealous. It's just a lot of nonsense, fam. We're supposed to be guiding the youth. If we supposed to be OGs, right? We're supposed to be making sure these young brothers are on the right path. Nobody made sure that Cheese was on the right path. Y'all saying that he's a grown man. He 25. He 25, fam. 25? He might be of legal age, He might be a young man, but he not no grown fucking man that understand these streets. He's not. He 25. I don't care who he rolling with. He don't have enough knowledge. He don't got enough experience to understand the streets. It's up to you OGs to pull that 25-year-old on the side and be like, look, fam, what you doing is going to lead to your grave. The peeps that you hanging with, it's not going to work out right. You know how many movies been out that had the game? I can name a dozen movies right now, fam, where you had the OGs talking to the young brothers in the hood, schooling them about the people they hanging with on the outside, telling them you're going to die if you keep hanging with this one. If you keep hanging with that one, you're going to be in the penitentiary. Half of you cats that been to the penitentiary, you got stories. You could write books. Some of you brothers that been to the pen could be millionaires if you just sit your ass down, get a pen and a pad, and start writing down your experience. You can go publish a book and save a lot of these lives out here just off of the game that you got. But nah, you rather stay quiet and let the young brothers die. Again, Shabazz says, let's just keep it a bean. You weren't keeping it a bean, fam. You were not keeping it a bean. You looking at it from one way. You looking at it as if people out here purposely trying to target Gillie. Like we some haters. Like we just see the man doing his thing and we trying our best to bring him down. Nobody trying to bring him down. I don't know Gillie personally to try to bring him down. He never did nothing to me to want to try to bring him down. I'm not no hater. But when stories are released, brothers are going to speak on those stories heavy. Ain't no respect of a persons here. Just because Gillie is Gillie does not mean, okay, your son died, we're going to give you this special respect of not saying nothing. But now if anybody else's child die, oh, we could go ham and say whatever we want. That's not how it works, fam. You know that. Ain't no respect of persons here. Story come out, we gonna talk about it the same way we talk about anybody else's situation. If something happened to me, most high forbid, they're gonna be talking about me on YouTube. They're gonna be talking about me. Word is gonna get back to these streets. Yo, where Ringo at, man? Haven't seen him in 2 months. He haven't uploaded a video. Somebody gonna do their research. They're gonna start checking this, checking that. They're gonna find information. Oh, he's no longer amongst the land of the living. Word? Then they're gonna be videos about me. That's just the way it works, fam. You know what I mean? If you were to pass away, most high forbid, we're gonna be talking about your situation. That's just the way it is. You know? It ain't about, oh, we being disrespectful. I don't got time to be disrespectful unless somebody disrespecting me. And even if somebody was disrespecting me, I have enough wisdom and character on how to move to pretty much avoid any sort of situation. Because I'm too grown to be acting a fool like a young 25-year-old. You understand? You said, let's just keep it a bean. Y'all dudes talking about this man's money and why his son, where he was, don't like how heavy this man's talks, how confident and cocky he is. Nobody cares about none of that stuff. There's a lot of dudes that are just like that. Nobody cares about that. He goes on, he says, but have been able to attack him in no other way. Nobody's trying to attack Gillie. Gillie is going to get a lot of people talking about this situation because he's Gillie. And they hear how he talk on the podcast. $1 million worth of game. People are going to use that and say, where was the game for your son? Even the Bible says if a man can't take care of his own house, how could he take care of the church? You can't be no pastor preaching to the people and your house is fucked up. kids out of order, daughter on drugs out there 304ing with 3 baby daddies, your son's in and out of prison, but you at the pulpit telling everybody to come to Jesus and repent. You know what I mean? Was Gillie's son walking around with the burner? Was he walking around in these streets playing tough guy, gangster, shoot 'em up, drill music, trap music, hanging with brothers in the trap house, drinking, Henny, smoking, partying? If that was that life, you know what that bring, death. Even somebody in the chat says, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. In today's days, you live by the gun, you die by the gun. You know? Was he making personal threats at somebody? Was he involved in a mix-up that had to do with money? You know how it is in these streets. Brothers just don't take you out just to take you out. It's always over money or over some woman. It's 3 things. Money, a deal went wrong, over a woman, or somebody felt like they were disrespected. And see, this is the results of when a black man is raised in a single mother household. He's too damn emotional. Any man that is willing to take another man's life because he felt that he was disrespected, think like a woman. He's emotional. A real man would count the cost and say, wait a minute, did he really disrespect me? Or am I just tapping into feminine energy because I'm not man enough to take criticism? I'm not man enough to weigh all the options. Let me tell you something, fam. I'm learning as I go. I'm normally the type of person that would flip out on anybody. But lately, what I noticed with what I'm doing, how I'm moving, I'll be having conversations with people and I was about to go off, or maybe I was a little out of pocket, and then I would catch myself because I realized I'm thinking too ahead of myself and the person really wasn't doing anything out of pocket per se. I was just misunderstanding them. So sometimes we misunderstand what another man is saying and we take it as disrespect when the brother wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He was just being a man. You can't expect a brother, a grown man. We're not talking about some 25 years old. We're talking about a grown man. We can't expect him to talk like a 25-year-old. You understand? Grown men are supposed to talk like men, and we're supposed to understand what he's saying and not walk away with our feelings hurt, crying. And I find that on the internet, a lot of times we look for people to attack because of their opinion. You understand? And then we try to make them out to be some sort of hater as if though they're jealous. Nobody's jealous of Gillie. Hassan is not jealous of Gillie. I'm not jealous of Gillie. I'm not jealous of no man. I got too much going for myself to be worrying about some other man's pocket, man. I don't pocket watch nobody. But at the same time, we're going to talk about what led up to this situation with Cheese. Gillie made a deal. And I talked about it in my stream. He was crying. He was crying and he was hesitant before signing on that dotted line. He was crying as if though somebody died, fam. I talked about it in my stream where I broke down the situation. He was crying. We reviewed the tape. And I was like, yo, fam, I showed the chat. I was like, chat, are y'all looking at this? Y'all don't see his body language? Y'all don't see his face? It's almost as if though he know if he signed on the dotted line, somebody got to die. And he knew it was going to be his son. It was going to be his son. He knew from that day his son had to die. Because his body language showed it, fam. Nobody cries like that if they're about to get a deal that's going to make them money. What the fuck you crying for? You're supposed to be celebrating and smiling. Crying is when you lost something, fam. Come on now, talk to me. Fam, when my mom passed away, I was at the 9-to-5 grind. I was crying, fam. At the job, a grown man. Crying. Supervisor pulled up. I'm there sitting down outside in front of everybody, crying. Not like a baby, but you could see my face. You could see the pain. Supervisor pulled up. He was wondering why I'm just sitting up here posted. Saw me, looked, he knew something wasn't right. He was like, you good? I told him exactly what went down. He was like, yo, fam, just go clock out, go home, and you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know, take as much time off. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't care, because I lost my mom. So I know what loss is like. The only time a man is going to be crying. And you know, as men, we're taught not to cry. They teach us as men not to cry. But when you got pain inside, you got to let it out somehow. So the way Gillie was crying, I'm like, nah, fam. You crying like you just lost someone, bro. You crying like a loved one just died. You didn't look like a man that just got into fortune and fame. Because I would have been smiling if that was the case. Shout out to Brian for the membership. Right? He was crying as if though he lost somebody, and he was hesitant. He was looking at the contract and he was hesitant, like, I don't know if I should sign it. I don't know if I should do it, but if I do it, fam, I know somebody gotta go. You know? So I already knew that when he did that, the blood sacrifice is gonna take place. And now his son passed away. Now what Hassan said, and this is his opinions based on his thoughts on how the blood sacrifice worked. He said that when people do these oaths or when they go along with these contracts, pretty much the death angel pretty much come for them. Meaning you never know who they're going to come for, but they're going to come for somebody that's close to you. And if you are one that watch Nollywood films, them Nigerian films, I watch those movies all the time. And it talks about the blood sacrifices and the way the oaths work. When you do the rituals, somebody that's close to you is going to die. They never really tell you who. It could be your mother. It could be your brother. Somebody that's close, somebody that you love. They're going to die. Mysteriously. You ain't going to know the day or the hour, but they're going to die. And people keep doing these sacrifices. This is why I keep telling you, get with the Most High. A lot of times you might be asking yourself, Ringo, how is it that a person could just blood sacrifice somebody? Because everybody be thinking that everything in these streets is a blood sacrifice. Everything is not a blood sacrifice. Everything is not a blood sacrifice. You know what I mean? Everything is not. Some people just think anybody that dies is a blood sacrifice. No, we don't want to get crazy with this thing. You got to always look at what a person is gaining. You got to always look at who is involved. And then the fortune that comes after somebody pass away. That's how you got to look at this. That's how you indicate the blood sacrifice. Now, the only way a blood sacrifice could work is when you with the devil, fam. If you not connected to the Most High and somebody make a deal with the devil and you a part of their family, then the death angel gonna come for you. The grum weeper coming for somebody. Somebody got to pay. And if you don't got a covering of the Most High over you, death is going to visit your door. They're going to come for payment because, number one, you ain't with the Most High. You dancing with the devil already. So when he come to collect, he going to look at you. He don't see that there's no mark of protection on you. Remember in the scriptures, what happened when the death angel came? You remember the scriptures when the so-called pestilence came through and they put the mark on the door, over the door? What happened? The death angel went to the other house. Whoever didn't have the mark of blood on the doorpost, the death angel took away their firstborn. You see that? So you gotta be with the Most High. That's like if somebody in my family want to sell their soul to the devil or have a blood sacrifice. The death angel not coming for me, nor anybody in my house, because we with the Most High. We with the Most High. I'm the covering for my household. I rep the Most High. Ain't a damn thing coming near my door. Do you understand? The situation with Gillie's son is a blood sacrifice, fam. And that's what brothers are calling out. You can't get mad at that because a lot of these cats in the industry already took the oath. Now, again, I don't know who OG Shabazz is. I don't know nothing about this cat. You know? At the same time, in the industry, all these rich cats took the oath already. They walked through the door already. You know? Nori talked about the door. He talked about the door and he said, well, as you can see, I'm not rapping no more. Why? Because he didn't want to go through that door, even though I'm pretty sure he went through some sort of door. He probably left and didn't go, you know, that deep into the industry in that satanic system, but he did. He went there. He saw. He said he looked in the door. He saw some things. He kept straight. He looked in the other door, saw some mess. He said, nah, fam, this ain't for me. This ain't for me, man. You know? So what you did, Shabazz, in calling out brothers for talking about this situation with Gillie is hypocritical, fam. That's a disrespect to rapper, the late Takeoff. What you did is a disrespect towards and threaten him. And yet, what happened? What happened? You didn't have nothing to say. You could say something tomorrow. You could say something today. Come online and say something against Gillie. Call him out on it. You're not going to do that because I believe you might personally know them. And if you don't know them, maybe you're just trying to, I guess, be in good standing with them. Perhaps there's a deal under the table. Maybe you got paid. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I could do that. That's what social media is all for. I just don't see how you came out of the woodworks to speak against brothers for talking their ish about the situation. We not the gunmen. We didn't kill the young brother. The young brother got killed by the streets of Philly. They didn't have no respect for him nor his father. So that energy needs to be directed towards the killer. It needs to be directed towards the Prince family for disrespecting Offset, threatening him, and disrespecting Takeoff's mom and any other siblings he might have. You need to call that out before you talk about the brothers regarding Gillie. Nobody's jealous of Gillie. Nobody's watching his pockets. All the money these brothers make, they can't even spend. Nobody gives a fuck about their money. I'm tired of you brothers talking about how much money you got and how much cars you got. Nobody cares about none of that. You can't drive all those cars. You can't wear all the clothes. You can't wear all the jewels. You can't spend all the money. You understand? Y'all just piling money up for somebody else to spend when y'all check out. You know? And that's pretty much it. You know? I can't control the fucking stream, bro. Do you understand me? If it's going in and out, I don't give a fuck about that. That's not my problem. That's yours. You're on the end pretty much listening. I cannot control that. It ain't like I could just go, oh, let me press this button and the stream is going to be perfectly normal. I don't control the fucking internet. Do you understand me? Refresh your phone. Do something with yourself. I don't care. All I can do is speak and continue talking. I don't control YouTube. I don't control the internet. You understand? Now, getting back to the situation with Shabazz. You need to apologize to the brothers because your comments about these men are false. It's not right, and you disrespected the brothers, not only the men that have talked about the situation with Cheese and Gillie, but you also disrespected Offset and the late Takeoff. You owe these brothers an apology. You need to tell them I apologize. I apologize because, you know, it is kind of hypocritical to come at you guys for talking about Gillie's situation when you weren't there to talk about, you know, Gillie and Wallow's situation with the Prince family. You never called them out. So yeah, on that note, you do have a point. It is out of pocket. I should have actually reviewed the tape before I began to talk. I should have thought about it before I said anything. Maybe there's a misunderstanding. Because maybe you coming at brothers out of hate. How do we know you not hating? How do we know you not hating on Hassan? Because out of all the brothers, I mean, you didn't call Hassan's name. At the same time, your post is directed at Hassan, is directed at me, is directed at any man that's talking, to be honest with you. You know? So you taking shots at the brothers. And let me see what you said, because it was disrespectful. You said at the end, you said, ain't no real dude going to take a moment like this to fire at another man. That's what you said. Ain't no real dude. So then Jay Prince ain't no real dude either, because he took a shot and fired at another man when he lost his loved one. You said in your post, ain't no real dude going to take a moment like this to fire at another man unless it's hate or personal. That's what you said. So when Jay Prince took a shot and fired at Offset, that mean he's not a real dude. Why you ain't call it out? Come on. Why you ain't call out Gillie? He ain't no real dude either. He allowed it. How Gillie gonna be a real dude knowing that rapper Takeoff is dead in the box underground, and he allowed Jay Prince to come on his platform to take shots at Offset? How could he be a real dude? Bars. How could he be a real dude, fam? I'm just going by your words. You supposed to be an OG, right? I'm using your words to pretty much hold you to the fire to test your spirit. You said ain't no real dude going to take a moment like this to fire at another man. Okay, I can respect that. At the same time, what you said is out of pocket, because Jay Prince took shots at Offset during a time of mourning, during a time of pain and suffering. And to know that they were trying to distance themselves from the death of Takeoff, basically they were saying their hands is clean. Not only that, they actually incriminated themselves in the interview. They were even talking crap about the other brother that pretty much, I don't know if he's relatives to Quavo. I don't know if it's Quavo's brother. I don't know, but he's in photos with Quavo. You know what I mean? He took shots at him and basically said if he would have never made first move, ain't would have been nothing. Which mean that they knew what they did. They killed Takeoff. And you ain't saying nothing about it. That's crazy. Man, I'm telling you, man. Anyway, man, R.I.P. Takeoff. You know what I mean? R.I.P. to the young brother Cheese. At the same time, people gonna talk, fam. You can't be saying that brothers are disrespecting another man because they sharing their thoughts and their opinion. We looking at the situation, we gonna call it what we see. Gillie made a deal, and then this happened. You understand? And as a father, you know your son in them streets, it doesn't matter how old he is. Because based on your comments and the videos that we took and we reviewed, it's almost as if though you saying that Gillie had no control over what his son could do in these streets, meaning that the son pretty much was on his own time, doing his own thing, and his father had no input in his life to give him direction. Is that what you saying, fam? Because that's exactly how it was in your video. You basically made it seem like the son is a grown man. He ain't have no curfew. He could do what he want to do. Yeah. But where was his pops to give him the game? Where was his pops to give him the game? It doesn't matter what is going on, fam. Again, I got 4 daughters. 4. You know what I mean? My elder daughter's 15. 15, fam. If she's 25 years old and she got her own crib, you know what I mean? I'm still going to be giving her the game. You know what I mean? And she could live with me under my roof as long as she want. I don't really care. Because, you know, as parents, for some reason, we think that once your kid hit 18, okay, it's time for them to get out. I don't know what kind of madness is that. They didn't do that back in the day. Especially with your daughters. You didn't do that. You know, your daughters stayed with you as long as they can until they were wifed up, got married. And then another man was responsible for taking care of her the way the dad took care of his daughters. You know what I mean? Even your sons technically supposed to live with you as long as they want until they're ready to do what they need to do. But in this culture, we don't prepare our children for nothing. We just think that by the time they hit 18, they're supposed to have it all figured out. At 18, ain't none of us had it all figured out, even though I was pretty much on my own at 17. You know, I was raised by the streets. The drug dealers and the killers and the thugs, they pretty much was giving me the game. Taught me how to tie my shoelace. Taught me how to stay out of trouble. They even taught me how to defend myself. Oh, yeah. So I understand. And I learned from some of the wisest, you know? So as a parent, you got to be able to know when your son or daughter's going down the wrong path. I didn't hear Gillie come out and say, hey, just for the record, fam, I gave my son the $1 million worth of game. I taught my son about the streets. But nah, I didn't hear that video yet. He knew exactly the path he was going down. If anything, Gillie probably thought that his son was safe. I bet you he learned real fast. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Nobody's safe, fam. No one is safe. This is why you got to roll with God, man. That's why you got to repent of your sins and get right with the Creator, because only He can protect you from the streets. You know, you can have a brother roll up on you with the burner to take you out, pull the trigger, the gun is jammed. Gun can't go off, fam. He pulling that trigger multiple times, ain't nothing coming out. That's God. God protecting you, fam. You know? How many of you been in a situation like that? The ops came, you know, you didn't know, you got caught slipping, and for some reason, man, God protected you, man. You walked away, you didn't even know how. You know? I seen situations like that. Brothers were supposed to die. They didn't die. You know? That's God. God was protecting you. You got to get right with the Most High. You know? So, I'm going to get up on out of here. Like I said, I got more content coming up. I got a lot of things to talk about today. A lot of stories I got to talk about. There's a lot of stories, fam, going on right now. Shout out to Michael Williams for the $9.99. Says, I was working at 15 and moved out at 18. Shout out to Ringo. Great knowledge and entertainment. All praises to the Most High. Brother said he was working at 15, y'all. 15. See what I mean? I started working at 12, fam. 12 years old, no cap. You understand? Real talk. In a barbershop. I talk about this all the time. 12 years old. I'm in the barbershop, Ditmas Avenue, Flatbush. A Haitian barbershop. Right next to a pizza shop, right on the corner of Ditmas and Flatbush. Y'all could go there right now. I don't know if that barbershop is still there. It's been many years. But it was a Haitian barbershop on Ditmas and Flatbush. I used to work there. You know what I mean? 12 years old. And then at around, I think age, I was only there for about 1 year. They end up firing me because I didn't understand the game on how the barbershop business was going. I knew how to cut hair, But the way it was is I was just using all my money to buy video games and whatnot. I wasn't even buying clothes. I didn't even care about clothes, fam. I was just buying video games and, you know what I'm saying? I'm 12 years old, you know what I mean? I didn't even know about buying the barber machines. I had to get schooled by one of the other barbers. He was like, yo, fam, take your money and go buy some clippers. Go buy that T outliner. You know what I'm saying? Go buy that Andes Master clipper. Go buy that Waltz with the interchangeable blades. He put me onto the game. You know what I mean? So I had to go buy my clippers. But when I bought everything, you know what I mean? The boss was like, look, you know what I mean? We gonna get somebody else to get the chair, because I wasn't even paying for the chair, fam. I was just mismanaging the money. I didn't have no guidance, fam. I would give money 1 minute for the week, and the next 2 weeks I was holding back the money for the chair. I think you had to pay them like $100 every, like a week or something like that for the chair. Some barbershops back then, you got to pay them half and half. So if you made $1,000, you had to give them $500. So they basically just got rid of me. You know what I mean? And then I went to another barbershop called King Cuts. King Cuts. Both with K's. King Cuts. 37 and 38th Street, Church Avenue. Brooklyn. East 37 and East 38th Street in Brooklyn. Right next to the B35 bus stop. You understand? And I was working there for many years, up to about probably like 18. You know what I mean? And I was already out of the crib. You see what I'm saying? So there's no excuse for young men just sitting on their tail not doing nothing. I had to, because ain't nobody was doing shit for me. I had to go do what I had to do to get some bread. And that's when I started to learn the game from the other barbers on what you got to do and how you got to manage your money and do this and do that and do all these other different things. You know what I mean? And if those brothers ever find these videos, man, salute to Kurt, salute to Levy, salute to Mike, you know what I'm saying? Salute to Panama, all the brothers that used to work at that shop. Cool brothers. We had our little run-ins and disputes and their arguments and all that other stuff. But that shop, they had switched the name from King Cuts to Brotherhood Barbershop. You know what I mean? By the time they switched to Brotherhood Barbershop, I was already gone already, because something had happened and they pretty much, closed up shop and whatnot. I knew the owner and all of that. I'm not going to go into details. You know what I'm saying? That's some street stuff right there, so I'm going to leave that alone. You know what I mean? But that spot right there, all the rappers used to go there. The Busta Rhymes. What's the other? Q-Tip. This one, that. All sorts of rappers used to go to King Cut Barbershop. You know? So, you have to get the game from somebody. If your father not there, the brothers got to teach the other brothers. That's what's important. Who was there to teach this young brother? How is it that he have a father that got $1 million worth of game, and yet he don't understand the game enough to stay alive? And he had a child, fam. Died and have a child, fam. When you a grown man and you have a child, it ought to teach you that being in these streets ain't the right thing, because you got kids to take care of. It's like a woman who got kids, but you want to be 304 and in the streets. Woman, you need to sit your ass down. You got kids. Ain't no time to be out on all these dates. You got kids to take care of. You don't supposed to be out there partying with your girls and getting your nails done and going out partying and half naked in the streets, and you got 3 kids home. Ain't no time for that. So same thing with a dude. If you a brother and you got kids, ain't no time for you to be at the strip club, partying and drinking at the bar, going crazy. No. You got kids. They need you, fam. You got kids. You want to drink? Get the bar built in your house, fam. Get your bar, have your liquor, have your Henny, whatever it is that you drink, right there. put together a drink, you know what I mean? And just chill and vibe. Go on your porch, go on the rooftop, chill on your couch, watch a movie, and just vibe. That way you're not out in them streets getting in trouble. You know? Getting tipsy and drunk in the streets. Now you in a fight brawling with somebody to kill you. Now your babies are home crying. Daddy's dead. You got to know how to move. This is what brothers are trying to say in the situation with Gillie and his son. This is what we trying to say. Move responsibly. You got money, you got paper. Move responsibly. His son should have never been in that area. He should have never been there. His son was moving sloppy in the streets, fam. His pops was supposed to guide him. Come on, that's what we saying. Ain't no way I can have a son and he out in the streets and living crazy. I don't care if he a grown man, 25. He ain't no grown man, 25. You know what I mean? Yes, he a man. He's a young man, but he not a grown man. He don't got the game like that, fam. He don't. He think he grown because he got some age on him, but he's not a mature man. He's not. He's a novice, naive. Just because you 25 don't mean you wise, fam. You got to have constant game being given to you in order for you to have the understanding on how to move in these streets. Because these streets are dangerous. There's too many sharks out here. You know? Dudes will line you up in a heartbeat. Once they realize that you an easy target, they realize that, oh, they could get over on you, they gonna line you up. Doesn't matter who it is. It could be people that you grew up with. They'll line you up too. Matter of fact, they faster to line you up because they know you. You know what I mean? Somebody was supposed to tell his son these things, man. That's all they had to do, man. It's crazy. Shout out to Ali for the $1.99. He said, get out of the community, folks. Get out of it. Get out of the community, people. And the way you get out of the community is not necessarily getting out, because everybody's situation is different. But you should be working on getting out. That should be the game plan. The way you get out, if you're still there, is disconnect from hanging out with the community. That's the rule number one. You could be in the community and not be a part of the community, if that makes any sense. You there, but you're not there. They see you, but you're not there. They see when you come in, they see when you leave, but you don't hang with nobody. You roll solo. And they respect that. Let me tell you something about the hood. The hood could be grimy, and the hood can show you favor. If people in the hood live a certain life and they recognize that you're not really about that kind of life, they ain't troubling you, fam. When they see you the type of brother that get up in the morning, go to your job, in and out, you just come home, you about your business, you about your family, the hood ain't even thinking about you, fam. They respect you, to be honest. Cats look at you, they see you get up every morning, go to work, they respect you. They ain't gonna try you. You don't got nothing to worry about. You know what I mean? Because they respect you. They see you about your business. You handling your business. That's something the hood respects. What the hood don't respect is when you come into these streets trying to act like you about the life, but you really not. You not about the life. You in a domain, in a world of sharks, prey, and predators. And you trying to act like you with it, but you not. And they see that you trying to be a part of that world, they're gonna try you. They're gonna try you. Those are the rules. You're gonna get tested. But if you about your own business and you official, nobody thinking about you, fam. That's why I don't understand when dudes be afraid to go to certain neighborhoods. You don't got nothing to worry about. Nobody ain't thinking about you, fam. Notice this, fam. When white people walk through the hood, do they get touched? Talk to me. How many people in Brooklyn know what I'm talking about? White people walk through the hood without a care in the world. They're not even thinking about none of y'all. They walk right through. Right through the most grimiest neighborhoods, the projects, doesn't matter where it is. It could be night. They walk right through. Nobody ain't even thinking about doing nothing to them. You know why? Because they not giving off no energy. They don't walk through the hood full of fear. You know? They don't do that. They just going about their way. But now if you come through different hoods talking greasy and looking at people sideways, and now you causing problems for yourself. You breaking all the rules. Listen, the same rules that's in the streets apply in prison too. You walking through neighborhoods eyeing people down, and you wondering why you got a problem. People in the hood have ops. You coming through eyeing people down. They don't know if you were sent one. You probably sent to take somebody out, so they're gonna be watching you. Never watch somebody like that. You gotta keep your eyes open, watch your surroundings, but don't be eyeing nobody down. Unless you want a problem. Unless you want somebody to ask you all right, bro? You good? No, I'm just asking if you good, because I see you just keep staring at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? You good? They're going to question you to find out what's going on. You know? Some of these guys don't question you. They see it as a threat. So they react to it because they got a business to protect too in the streets. You probably a rival gang member sent to take somebody out. Happens all the time. Yo, who that right there? Yo, who that? I don't know, dude. You know, dude? Nah, fam, I don't know who that is. They already got the strap on them. They waiting. They already waiting, fam. Why? Because you moving funny. You moving kind of funny, man. The way you move is not like how these cats move in the neighborhood. Y'all know what it is. It's like if you in Brownsville, you know how it is. You know how it is. You know how people walk. You know how they talk. You know the lingo. You know the style. But when you see somebody coming through, you could tell they're not from around here. You're like, wait a minute, who that, yo? Yeah, he not from out here, yo. Who that? You know him? Nah, fam, I don't know. Dude, he just sitting in his car. I don't know who that is, yo. Hey, yo, send Shorty to go over there. Yeah, yo, go pass by that car, yo. And just kind of tell her go pass by that car. Tell her put on that skirt. Yeah, because you know dudes are thirsty. And they go send Shorty to line you up. This is a trick they do in the hood, fam. It is what it is, man. I just gotta put you on the game. They'll send Shorty over there with the fatty because they know you thirsty. And she go over there, walk by, right? And then what she do is she walk by. You gonna say something because you know you thirsty. And she gonna stop. And she gonna give you that little time talking to you. And she gonna go to the car, right? She gonna have her phone, right? Phone is recording you, dumbass. The phone is recording you, right? Either she recording your face or she recording that audio, but you on tape, bruh. And she's looking at you and she gonna bring back the intel to the fellas. And they gonna know exactly who you are. They gonna have your number, right? Because you so stupid and dumb, you gave Shorty your number. And then when you give her your number, guess what the brothers are doing? The brothers are researching you online. Oh yeah, now they know where you rest your head at, dumbass. See, I just put you on game. So while you in that car thinking that you untouchable, we know where you live now. We did our research. We did our homework. All we had to do is just send a chick because you thirsty. You saw that wagon. You thought you won't get a piece, right? You weren't getting a piece. Shorty wasn't even going to rock with you. She rocked with us. You know what I mean? She's official. That's how easy we got. That's how easy. You see how easy you got lined up? Some of you brothers are thinking twice now when you talk to certain sisters now, right? I got you thinking now, right? That's how easy we know where you live. They sent Shorty to line you up. You saw how easy that was? You saw the play? You saw how easy that was? You giving Shorty your number, thinking you about to score. She came and brought us the intel. All we did is go up online, did our little research, boom, 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 got your name, got your phone number, background check. Fam, we know where you live. We know your family members too. Oh, you didn't think we could do that too? Cats be getting lined up so easy in these streets, fam. Now, come to find out, while you were parked up, you really was there on some wicked-ish. And then when things pop off, all the brothers know who you is now. They know who you are. And that's how brothers be getting lined up. So easy. I just gave you $1 million worth of game. Some of y'all probably like, damn, Ringo, that was cold. That's how they do it, though. That's how they do it. They told Shorty to walk past your car, bro. Sometimes, man, you do things and you don't even realize you being set up, bro. That's why I told you, stop trusting all these women that y'all see in these streets. Some of these women be sent ones, man. Sometimes the ops will send a woman to your DMs. Man, I tell you, man, brothers gotta be schooled, man. We gotta have some real classes. A lot of you brothers been failing this semester. A lot of you brothers been missing these classes. Y'all been out here playing hooky in these streets, and y'all been caught slipping, man. The way I just explained that is how easy it is for brothers to line you up. So while you thinking you in the car in the cut, we were able to send Shorty over there to get a good look at who you are. So she got photo, she got your name, and she got your number. We know who you is, bro. There's no way you could do something in this hood and we ain't gonna be able to find you. See how easy that was? Crazy. The streets is evil. You know? But anyway, y'all, we're gonna get up on out of here. I'm gonna be back on later on. You know what I'm saying? Let me give a few shout outs on this Cash App. You know, let me see what we got here. See what we got here. Okay. Let me see. Did I shout these people out? I don't think so. I don't think I shot these people out. Maybe I did. I don't know if I did. But I had to, though. But it says this was on Tuesday. But I'll shout them out anyway. Shout out to Braxton. You know what I'm saying? You got 5 stars. I think you sent 5 stars. Shout out to you for the 20 on the Cash App. I think it's Diane. Diane for the 10. David for the 5. Shaw for the 5. Nicole for the 10. Nicole for the 10. Stella for the $2 support. Patrick for the 5. Carmela for the 5. So my final thoughts on the situation, fam, is at OG, OG Shabazz. I think that you need to, I guess, consider the messages that the brothers put out and stop looking at it as if though it's some sort of hate or some sort of disrespect. Look at the message, the core message that's being said, and just let it rock. Because a young brother died. That death could have been prevented. If more brothers guide these young brothers, they won't be dying out here. It doesn't matter if they're grown men making their own choices. If we can reach these men and give them the game, it'll be less bodies in the ground. No man should be dying at 25. No brother. You know, Gillie should have never been burying his son. That's backwards. Fathers are not supposed to be burying their kids. That's a bad feeling. You know? And then on top of that, you know, I'm hearing that this brother supposed to have some sort of religion, or, you know, he's, a Muslim. So it's like, it makes it worse because it's like you practicing Islam, but I couldn't even see it in his videos. I couldn't even see it. And I think Hassan brought that out too. I think he made a video, we're going to probably have to review it, where he talked about how if he would have known that Gillie, I guess, shared the same faith or whatever, that he would have dealt with the situation a little different. But he said it's difficult to know when it's like you riding with the devil. That's like, I'm in the truth. I rep the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I represent the scriptures in the Bible. So it's difficult for me to know another brother in the truth if he living for the devil. I can't even look at brothers and be like, oh yeah, he in the truth, because there ain't no signs. I don't see it. You know? It's crazy, man. So in this situation, Shabazz need to reconsider his approach to the situation. Don't look at it as brothers hating, because brothers are not hating. You know, Hassan in his videos, he shows his crib. He likes to show off a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Sometimes you got to let people know. Sometimes you have to let people know you good. You know what I mean? And sometimes, believe it or not, it inspires people. You know what I mean? So I don't look at it as he's showing off in a negative way. I don't want nobody to take that as a negative. I look at it as he's letting brothers know, like, look, I'm good. I'm doing good. You know what I mean? So why would I be jealous? You know what I'm saying? When you're doing good, you got no time to be jealous, people. When you're doing good, you got no time to be jealous. You know what I mean? I think it's one particular video he showed his refrigerator, and the refrigerator, he's playing YouTube on the refrigerator. And what happened was, I know somebody that's a hater got mad just because of that. They mad. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is they could go out and buy the refrigerator themselves. But why would you go out and buy a refrigerator to prove something? But my point is, doing that, for him to do that, it's not about showing off. It's about making the hater mad. You know what I'm saying? Because haters hate when you're doing good. They want you to be down and out. They want you to die. You know what I mean? So ain't nothing wrong with that. You know? It's interesting, if he show his refrigerator, people mad. But if Gillie and these other guys are driving around Lamborghinis, oh, that's okay. You see how that works? It's crazy. Anyway, y'all, we're going to get up on out of here. Salute to everybody that rock with the platform. Shout out to Bryant for the 10 on the Cash App. Says I thoroughly enjoy your thought-provoking shows. Appreciate it. Salute. I'll catch you later on, fam. Y'all be safe out there. Top of the morning, you're on your way to work. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you got to do. It is what it is. Let me see what's going on with the chat. Shout out to Ali for the $4.99. Says, flaunting your money in the community is a no-no. Get your money right and get out. Loving your own kind doesn't mean loving its negative aspect. Yeah, that's true. You're not supposed to flaunt. At the same time, if you got it, right, it's going to show. Just don't flaunt. That's the key word. Flaunt is where it's like you trying to stunt in the hood when people hungry. You know what I mean? If you're going to stunt, make sure you're sharing. Make sure you're sharing. That's my best advice. If there's something you could get from this video that's $1 million worth of game, want me to give you the game? Okay, I'm gonna give you the game. If you in the hood, if you hood rich, you in the hood and you got money, or if you're in the hood and you good, right? The way you do it is if you the type of brother that like to be fly and whatnot, you got a nice whip, you know what I mean, doing your thing. Well, if you that type of guy, make sure you giving back to the hood. Make sure you doing for the people. So the people recognize that you're the type of brother that give back, and they see you do it. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you some sort of Santa Claus. And I don't believe in no Santa Claus. I don't believe in no Christmas. You know what I mean? At the same time, what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't mean you walking around with a gift bag, you know, throwing money at everybody. My point is, if you that type of guy in the hood and you got it good, and you wanna, I guess, be not necessarily protected. My point is, people don't like show-offs in the hood. People don't like people that stunt. We could tell when you poor, you could tell when somebody's stunting. So you want to be the type of person. There's a lot of people that's hood rich, believe it or not. There's a lot of people that's in the hood and they rich. No cap. They in the hood, but they rich. Hood don't mean rundown ghetto apartment, nasty, roach infested with rats. No, you could be right in the hood in where there be violence, drugs, but you a millionaire and you got money, right? But nobody knows that because you're not you humble. You just about your business. It doesn't mean you're going to stay there, meaning you getting prepared to exit. You there, but you got bread. You about to move. You about to get yourself together. Nobody don't know that. My point is, be the kind of person that give back to the community. Do things for the community so the community know that you showing love to the people. Because it makes no sense to have all this money and you out here stunting and you ain't helping the hood. Help some of these mothers out that don't got no money and they got all these kids. You know what I'm saying? Help them out. Get them a few dollars. I know I talk my ish regarding single mothers and baby daddies and all this food stamps and all this other mess. But my point is, if you're a brother and you got it like that, I'm not talking about a brother that's struggling to get by or barely getting by. I'm talking about a brother that got it. Give back to the community. You know what I'm saying? Give that mother some money to get some groceries for the kids. Be that guy in the neighborhood. You wouldn't believe how many brothers in the hood will respect you just for that, fam. Just for that. They ain't gonna be looking at you as, oh, Mr. Stunt, Mr. Show Off. No, you helping the community. We need that. You know what I mean? People respect that type of stuff. People appreciate people like that. Believe it or not. The youngins that might be out of pocket, they're loose cannons. But the community respect people like that. Be that guy. But don't be a show off in the hood getting people hungry. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Let me see. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up on out of here. I'm gonna be back throughout the day talking about a lot of different stories. Try to keep these videos about an hour long. But I'm gonna chop up a lot of these videos. I got a lot of videos I gotta chop up and make them about 10 minutes, 20 minutes the most. That way people can catch them and kind of, you know what I mean? It's interesting. People will watch a 2-hour video if I chopped it up into pieces. Ain't that something? But they wouldn't sit there to watch the whole video straight through. But if it's 10 minutes, if it's in parts, they'll watch it. They'll watch part 1, then they'll go to part 2. You get it? It's like it'll keep their interest. But if it's like a whole 2-hour, 3-hour video, they'll like watch 20 minutes and then they'll stop and never come back to watch the rest. It's weird. But, you know, it is what it is, man. Appreciate everybody stopping by again. Salute to everybody in the chat, all the mods, everybody on the 9 to 5 grind, doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Be safe out there. Have a blessed day. Appreciate all the feedback. You know what I'm saying? I seen comments in the chat, you know what I'm saying? People saluting me, telling me, you know, like one comment, where it go? Max, is that Maxine? It says, you are definitely one of the best. Let me see. Caramel, low-key humble. Let me see, Miss G, it's funny people don't have evidence. Yeah, so I appreciate all the comments, you know what I mean? I kind of glimpse at the chat. It's just that I can't keep, you know, responding to everybody, or else I'll never get my points done. So again, be safe out there. Call your mom, call your dad, tell them you love them. You know what I'm saying? Always do that, fam. Because if your mom is still alive, your dad is still alive, that's a blessing. When you lose your mom or you lose your dad, it all changes. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same no more. You're going to feel a sense of emptiness. You're going to feel like something's missing, and you're never going to get over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be able to move on with your life. At the same time, there's an emptiness there where it's like you just can't believe that person is gone, because they were a valuable person in your life that really understood you. Only your mother and your father understand you. Everybody else will judge you. Everybody else will criticize you. But your mother and your father, if they're close, if they're good parents, they're the only ones that really understand you. They're the only ones that you can actually go to and talk and know that they got your back. You know what I'm saying? So if you got your mom, your dad's still alive, call them up. Say, hey, Ma, just calling to check on you, see what's up. You know what I mean? She'll be happy that you did that. Call up your pops. Hey, yo, Dad, yo, what up? I was just calling, you know what I mean? See how you need anything? Want me to pass through? Maybe I could pass through. You know what I'm saying? We could have a beer or whatever the case is. Do those type of things. You know? It is what it is, man. But you know, and all the condolences to everybody that lost a mom or a dad. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of us done been there and still dealing with them issues, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, every time it's my birthday, I'm always talking about my mom. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, on another note, we're going to be back later on. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about more stories. We got a lot of stuff to cover today, fam. I'm literally post multiple videos today. So just look out for that, fam. And I don't know what time, so just keep it locked, keep it everything on point. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Ringo TV Reactions, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube. Nobody else does a better job. I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Shout out to Maxine for the $1.99. Salute. Right. I'll see you in the next video stream. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $RingoTVRaw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/RingoTVRaw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at RingoTVRaw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.